Ladies and gentlemen, lend me your ears and your eyes. Diva Divine Light, live from Brooklyn, New York.
With no delaying for what you saying, yo. I'm silly with my 9 million with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club, like we while in the studio. You don't wanna vibe, nigga, really and truly, yo. My main thug, nigga named Julio, he moody, yo. I'm a nigga that'll slap me with the toolie, yo. Bitch, nigga scared to death, act fruity, yo. Fuck that, look at shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way you shake it, nigga, you wanna get all in the booty, yo. With no delaying for what you saying, yo.
Diva Divine Light.
Really my heart to me. See what you got for me. Put more than hands with my eyes to see. Still $1 in a place to be. If you really my heart to me. See what you got for me. Put more than hands with my eyes to see. Still $1 in a place to be. If you.
You're watching Diva, the Divine Light. A fun-loving, caring, passionate person who talks about sex, celebrity, and real-life issues, and even abuse. So hit that like button and make sure you share the show.
Really my heart to me. See what you got for me. Put more than hands with my eyes to see. Still $1 in a place to be. If you really my heart to me. See what you got for me. Put more than hands with my eyes to see. Still $1 in a place to be. If you really my heart to me. See what you got for me. Put more than hands with my eyes to see. Still $1 in a place to be. If you really my heart to me. See what you got for me. Put more than hands with my eyes to see. Still $1 in a place to be. If you.
Here comes the pitch, and it comes in wide. On the combo.
Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? Hello, good evening. How are we doing out there tonight, y'all? These YouTube streets just keep driving me crazy, guys. Just driving me crazy, y'all. I'm waiting for our guest of honor here. I don't know what's going on. She might have got caught up in something. I'm not sure. But let me say hello to everyone who's in the chat. Thank you, Mom. Shout out to my mom, Blanca. Shout out to you, Mom, for hitting your girl off, for working so hard. God bless you. I love you. Land Hustle TV. Welcome back. Welcome back. You are officially part of the gang gang. You are officially a part of the gang gang. Jackie, what's up, Mama? Jennifer, what's up, lady? Karen Johnson, hi, Mama Love. SK, what's up, loca? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody in the building? Please make sure you hit those like buttons, please. Take 2 seconds out of your time, jump out of the chat, hit that like button, come back in. Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all. Oh my God, it's so weird. It says I have one person in the chat. But then it says somewhere else I have 9 people in here. Okay. Weirdest thing ever. But all right. So thank you, Jennifer. Yes, that's that Brooklyn love all day, every day. That's what I do. It's the Brooklyn way. So we were going to have Miss Esquire come on today so she can explain to us more or less to break it down, the legalese terms, break it down for us and really help us understand what is going on with this motion that was put in by Bonjean for the Northern District of Illinois' Eastern Division for R. Kelly's Chicago federal trial, which he is facing obstruction of justice, sexual exploitation of minors, and child pornography. So, let me see. Did she just message me? Oh, no, that was something else. Okay. All right. Well, that was something else. Okay. Hey, James. What's up, James? I have a problem, James. What's up, Papi? So, as I was saying, I'm waiting for Miss Esquire to appear so that she can break the Northern District of Illinois Eastern Division motion down for us, where we can understand what exactly Bonjean is trying to do. What exactly is her strategy? Because, other people have read this and, everybody's given their own little opinion about it and stuff. But none of us are lawyers. So that's just what it is. So we have our lawyer friend over here who can break it down in terms that we can understand. So we love you, Miss Esquire, wherever you are, lady. But I guess in the meantime, while we are waiting, hey, Atmos, what's up, baby? While we are waiting, I wanted to kind of, I guess we can go over what, a lot of people out here. Hey, Indigo. Hey, Atmos. What's up, baby? Hey, T-Bam. What's up, baby? A lot of the supporters, the R. Kelly supporters, they're always screaming, oh my God, R. Kelly's he's not being charged with rape. He's not being charged with rape. Right? Am I right? A lot of them say this, correct? That he's not being charged with rape. So, what is the difference between rape and statutory rape? Okay. Now, the difference between rape and statutory rape, it lies between whether the victim, right, can legally consent to the sexual act, right? Now, when it comes to allegations of rape, okay, which involve non-consensual sex with the person, right, who is legally capable of consenting. Okay, so I can be 18 and at the age of 18, I'm capable legally to consent to sex, right? Now, so if I get violated to where someone rapes me, I don't give consent to the sexual act, but I am legally capable of consenting. Okay? So if somebody violates me and I'm 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and so forth, that's rape because I can legally consent to it. All right? But in the situation, I am alleging and making a complaint that this person violated me because I did not give them the consent to do it. Now, when it comes to allegations of statutory rape, now statutory rape involves sex with the person who cannot legally consent. And that is because of being below the age of consent. And that depends on the state that you're in. Now, when it comes to federal charges, if someone is going to be charged federally, the legal age of consent across the board of the United States is 18. But from state to state, it varies. Most of the states are 18. Some states are 16. And some states are 17. Within the United States, legal age of consent is between the ages of 16 and 18. Now, in some states, they make exceptions for younger people, teenagers, right? Who are close into, which are close in age to teach each other, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds like that. Now, when they make these certain exceptions of things that happen, they call that the Romeo and Juliet laws. But some states don't. They don't have the Romeo and Juliet law in place, like the state of California. They do not have these exceptions to these sex offenses. Now, the legal definition of rape. Rape is the sexual offense of having non-consensual sexual intercourse through the use of force, threats, or fraud. Now, in California, sexual intercourse is the sexual penetration of the vagina or genitalia by the penis. Of course, we all know that's what intercourse is, period. Now, when it comes to, say, ejaculation, right? R. Kelly, they say that he likes to do this a lot, right? That he likes to whip out his stuff and just ejaculate and, touch on the girl, or just watch other sex acts in front of him being played out while he's doing his thing, letting it out, Now that is not rape, okay? But however, sexual contact that does not involve penetration is not rape, okay? Now, if it is non-consensual, however, it can still amount to a sexual assault. Okay? Now, how is statutory rape different? Statutory rape is different from rape in that the element of consent is not an issue. Okay? Now, people covered by a statutory rape law are legally unable to consent to sexual intercourse. Even if they say that they are consenting and willing to engage in sexual activity, or even if they initiate the sexual act, there is still no legal consent. Now, the following classes of people are often covered by a state's statutory rape law, leaving them unable to consent to sexual acts and relationships and things like that. Now, anyone under the state's age of consent, those with a serious mental disability, and those who are physically incapacitated. Now, because these people are legally unable to consent to sex, any sexual activity with them is considered non-consensual, because it is always non-consensual. It is always rape. And then in cases involving underage victims, statutory rape can also lead to allegations of child abuse and sexual abuse, as well as criminal charges. Now, as we know, what is the age of consent? The age of consent is the age at which a person obtains the ability to consent to sexual activity. Anyone under the age of consent cannot consent to sexual activity. Like they said, even if they initiated it, it would still be considered statutory rape if the person is a minor. Even if they are merely days or hours of becoming old enough, they still can't consent. You see, like with Azriel and R. Kelly's situation, even though at the time when he had her, she lied about her age, that doesn't matter. That does not matter because she legally cannot consent to sexual activity. Even if she was 17 and about to be 18 in 3 days, it doesn't matter. Even if R. Kelly had her parents write her a consent letter, send her off, she still couldn't consent. It doesn't matter. It's still statutory rape, aka sexual assault, aka sexual abuse. So when you hear in these documents sexual assault, sexual abuse, that's rape. Let's understand that clearly as the words are coming out of my mouth. That is rape. Are there any exceptions? Like I was saying, they have this Romeo and Juliet law. Okay. Now, many states recognize that there is a close in age exception to statutory rape. Like I said, you know, the girl could be 15 and he could be 17. Okay. And as I said, it's also known as the Romeo and Juliet law. Okay. Now, these laws are protections for the defendants who have a close age difference within the alleged victim, a 15-year-old to a 17-year-old, things of that nature. So they use the Romeo law, the Romeo and Juliet law. Now, for example, in Texas, the Romeo and Juliet law, it says that people between 14 and 17 years old, they can consent to sexual conduct so long as the other person is within 3 years of age and both parties are over the age of 14. So if a 15-year-old decided to have sex with a 17-year-old, it's okay. They're 2 years difference. Even if it was 14 to 17, it's okay within a 3-year difference. So now the purpose of that law is to decriminalize teenage sex. So without that, a 15-year-old could face criminal charges for a serious sex crime if they have intercourse with their high school sweetheart. Okay? So let's understand that. No grown man should be having sex with teenagers. Period. And if teenagers have sex with teenagers, it's okay as long as they're within 3 years of an age gap. Anything more than that, you're being criminally charged for it. So there are laws in place for our sons in case of something should happen with our sons. Our sons are protected by this Romeo and Juliet law, and so are our daughters. Our children are protected by this law. So when these crazy ass people talk about your son could be next, your son could be next. First of all, no, my son would never be next because he respects women and would never. Because I ain't raised him like that. And my son is not in the streets like that and would never be. So I would never have to worry about that. Never. And second of all, my son would be protected within the range of him being a teenage boy. So y'all need to go sit down with that bullshit. Thank you. Now, penalties for rape and statutory rape, they are the same. All right. Now, but differences in state law will determine whether the penalties of rape and statutory rape are the same. So, in California, for example, rape is a felony, while statutory rape is a wobbler, is what they call it. And that can be charged as a felony or a misdemeanor, depending on the circumstances. So, a wobbler is a crime that can be punished as either a felony or a misdemeanor in California. Now, in most cases, it is the prosecutor who decides whether to charge a wobbler as a felony or a misdemeanor. But judges can also decide to punish a wobbler as a misdemeanor. And even if the defendant is convicted of a wobbler felony, he or she may be able to file a petition to reduce a felony conviction to a misdemeanor. Now, what crimes are wobblers in California? There's hundreds of California offenses that would qualify as wobblers, but here's just a few, okay? It would be California sex crimes, California fraud crimes, and California crimes of domestic violence, okay? And in addition, there are a handful of crimes that wobble, right, between a misdemeanor and a non-criminal infraction. So these so-called wobblet offenses include Penal Codes 415 for disturbing the peace, Penal Code 602 for criminal trespass, and many California Vehicle Code violations. So wobblers means in between, right? You're in between. You could be a felony offense or a misdemeanor offense. So that's what the term wobbler means. Okay. So for a conviction of rape, the possible prison sentence can be up to 8 years in prison, plus another 3 to 5 years if the victim suffered great bodily injury. Now, prison time can also increase if the victim was a minor. So the defendant will also have to register as a sex offender, right? So now for a felony conviction for statutory rape, the prison sentence can be up to 2, 3, or 4 years in prison. A conviction for statutory rape alone does not require sex offender registration. However, statutory rape changes often with other serious allegations. Some of these are very serious, like child molestation or lewd and lascivious acts with the child. And these can drastically increase the potential jail sentence, possibly up to a life sentence. So that's kind of like what R. Kelly's facing. You know, he's facing very serious allegations of lewd and lascivious acts with a child. And that's why he's facing life. And when you're doing that, they can also require him to a lifetime registration as a sex offender. Okay. Now, Bon Jean, there's no sound. Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me, please. Thank you. Okay, thank you. What's up, everybody that just walked into the building? What's up, family? What's up, bushwatchers? My haters, what's up? What's up, my loves in the bushes, hanging out the trees? Kisses to you all. We're waiting for Miss Esquire. I don't know what happened with her. I'm guessing something came up and she's not going to be able to show. I'm giving her some more time. If not, I'll reschedule this live for another day. Thank you, guys. And I'll come back with her another day to do it. All right. But like I said, in the meantime, we are going to discuss a little bit. All right. As we know that Bon Jean, right, she had put in this motion and she wants to drop all these charges from Chicago, stating that the statute of limitations was up when the crime was committed. And they brought the charges way too late. It was 20 years later. And the government is wrong about the law and that he should be released. Okay, so now I found the article where it talks about that Illinois removes statute of limitations for sex crimes. And this was published July 29th of 2019. Let me get some water, guys. I'll be right back. I'm a little parched. Okay. Now, as I said, this was published July 29th of 2019. Now, we all know that R. Kelly was charged in July 12th of 2019, right? Now, they changed the law around that same time. Okay. Now, this article came out in 2019, July 29th. R. Kelly was indicted July 12th of 2019. So this was only a couple of weeks after. So this is when the article came out. Okay. Now, it says that they updated this article January 6th of 2020. Okay. So with a new year comes new laws. Illinois is now the 8th state to completely remove the statute of limitations for prosecuting sex crimes. And so has New York. New York is another state. Now, Governor Pritzker signed the legislation in July of 2019. 2 years after the state abolished a time limit for prosecuting sex crimes against people under the age of 18. Can you guys understand that? They changed the laws 2 years before 2019. Let me see. Signed the legislation in July 2019, 2 years after the state abolished a time limit for prosecuting sex crimes against people under the age of 18. There was a time limit in 2017. They changed that time limit. They abolished it for prosecuting sex crimes against people under the age of 18. It doesn't say anything about prosecuting crimes against people over the age of 18. Hold on. Okay, things are going on right now. Sorry about that, y'all. I hate when I can't. Hold on. Okay, there we go. All right, sorry about that. I was trying to end that. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. There's distractions going on in the background. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Distractions in the background. Sorry. Now, let's see here. I'm trying to understand this too, Then it says that prosecutors previously had 10 years to present a case and bring charges if an offense was reported to law enforcement within 3 years of its occurring. So, as I said, they completely removed the statute of limitations for prosecuting sex crimes. Okay? And this happened 2 years after the fact that they abolished it for crimes under the age of 18, for people who committed sex crimes under the age of 18. So in 2017, they abolished, the time limit for prosecuting sex crimes against people under the age of 18. And then in 2019, they completely removed the statute of limitations for prosecuting sex crimes, period. So first they started off with underage people. Then they went to do it for all, period. completely remove it for sex crimes. Now, previously, prosecutors had 10 years to bring charges if an offense was reported to law enforcement within 3 years of it occurring. So, say the crime happened in 2017, right? Then 3 years later, 2020, right? Say 17, 2020, 3 years later, you go to want to bring charges against your accuser, your abuser, right? And the lawyers have 10 years from that time. The person has to come 3 years after the incident happened. It can't be no longer than 3 years. And then the prosecutors have 10 years to bring it to the court. Okay? If I'm not mistaken, that's what I understand. Right? Does anybody understand that? Is that what you got from that sentence? What did you guys get from that sentence? Prosecutors previously had 10 years to present a case and bring charges if an offense was reported to law enforcement within 3 years of it occurring. So am I understanding what that was correctly? Right? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you guys think I'm right. Let me see what you guys are doing over here. Okay, said she thinks I'm right. All right. Thank you. Right? That's what it sounds like to me, right? Okay. I just want to make sure, that you guys understand what I'm saying and I understand what I'm reading as well. Now, there will be no time limit for reporting the crimes or prosecuting. Now, Herb Schultz, an attorney in Illinois, says that, and I quote, at any time a prosecutor can bring a case, it's no longer limited by how long ago it occurred. So therefore, it doesn't matter. The case could have happened back in 1985. And here it is, 2022. And if I feel like going, and I live in the state of Illinois or in the state of New York, and I want to go and press charges against my abuser, I can do that. There is no longer a limited time to bring forth charges. It says at any time a prosecutor can bring a case. It's no longer limited by how long ago it occurred. So I don't understand what language Miss Bonjean doesn't get. I'm not understanding what she's trying to do here. It sounds retarded to me. But maybe I might not be understanding. That's why we were going to bring Miss Esquire on here today, so we can get a better understanding. Now, Schultz also says, and I quote, if you feel as though you've been wronged, you should go and at least talk to the prosecutor, have someone hear your voice, also talk to a counselor or someone else to make sure this is going to help you. Now, Family Resources, a local nonprofit, serves survivors of violent crimes, including sexual assault and domestic violence in both Iowa and Illinois. Now, the Illinois Director of Survivor Services for Family Resources, Emily Gordon, she says, and I quote, "It's really important that there be a lot of space and time for people to come forward when they are ready and on their own timeline. They've already lost control in some other areas, and they really need to be able to be empowered to take back control." That's the whole point of this law being changed, because not everybody is going to come out and say what happened right then and there. People of Assualt are embarrassed by the situation, especially if it's from someone you knew, you trusted, you love, you care about, you've known for years. Who's your best friend? Your Uncle Joe, your cousin down the block, your mother's best friend, your gym teacher, your photography instructor, the photographer that's working at the model agency, the doctor who takes care of your teeth, anyone who you know and trust. You are embarrassed to come forward and say anything, because at that point in time, you let it happen. You let that shit happen to you. Why? Because that was your best defense. I know. I was one of those. I let it happen because I trusted these people and I didn't understand what was going on. And then I just let it go. Why? Because I cared about those people. I loved those people. I trusted those people. And I didn't want anything to happen. I just let it happen. I said, it's okay. I'll live. I will live. I'm hurt, but I'm a survivor and I will live. I will not let this control my life. At one point I did. I contemplated suicide 3 different times. I went to a ward for 2 months of my life. I was severely depressed. And still to this day, I have not brought forth any of my abusers. Why? Because I'm over it. I'm done. I don't want to torture myself to have to go through being re-victimized over and over and over again. I'm over it. I'm done. I've been lived my life 20 times over already. So for me, it doesn't matter. What matters for me is that I survived and I continued to live life. And God led me to know that my life is precious and that I shouldn't take my own life because of some bad people. A survivor is a survivor, man. We are strong. We don't have to always bring our abusers forth. It's all within you and how you feel. And if you can handle it, then go ahead. I'm proud of all those women that have come forward and said something. Even if you don't bring charges, at least you can tell someone. Let someone know your experience. Let it out. Let it out. You gotta let it out. That's what's going to make you feel better and give you power. Just to talk to someone and let it out. Let someone else know that you are not alone. Let them know that they are not alone. Someone comes to you and says, this happened to me. You let them know, hey, you are not alone. Same thing happened to me. We are sisters in this. Now, Emily Gordon says that, and I quote, we always just kind of meet survivors where they get to make those choices about what they want to report, when they want to report, and if they want to report. We want to just start from a place of believing people, supporting them, and letting them know how sorry we are that this happened, and letting them know it's not their fault. Because those are usually the biggest things. Survivors need to be heard, believed, and know it's not their fault. Now, I put together a little project. I was trying to have it done in April because the month of April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, okay? And the month of May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So, tomorrow, I'm going to set up a live, and I'm going to present my project for Assault Awareness Month, Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And I'm going to also present Classy J's video. She did a video today. If you guys didn't see it, you can check it out. Please do. Can somebody put Classy J's channel in the chat so anyone who does not follow her can follow her? Her son took his own life, and he was dealing with depression, and no one really knew the signs till it was too late. And mental health is real. Survivors of suicide are strong too. I've been there. And when the devil wins, it's not a good thing. But we all need help. We all need someone to talk to. Please, if you are going through something, and you don't know how to handle things or what to do or where to go, there's plenty of resources out there. People that you can talk to. Reach out to your best friend. You can even talk to somebody, just anybody in the store. You see somebody in the store, you say, hi, how are you? You walk out the store with them, you start a conversation, and just talk. Just let it out. Let it out. Talk to someone. Even if you feel like this person doesn't want to listen or hear you out, go find someone else. Don't close yourself into a bubble. Don't do it. Family Resources works with agencies statewide in both states. And the organization is a part of the Illinois Coalition Against Sexual Assault, which lobbied to make the change in Illinois happen. The organization has a location for survivors of violent crimes, including sex abuse crimes, and it's in Moline, located at 1521 47th Avenue and in Davenport at 2800 Eastern Avenue. And they have a 24-hour staff crisis hotline. It's available free of charge in both Iowa and Illinois. And the number for people calling in Illinois is 309-797-1777. And for those in Iowa, it's 563-326-9191. So for people looking for support in other states or who may be interested in reaching out to the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, also known as RAINN, RAINN, you can contact them on the national hotline at 1-800-656-4673. Okay? The law to remove the statute of limitations on sex crimes, okay, goes into effect. It went into effect on January 1st of 2020. So they changed it in 2019 and it went into effect in 2020. Now, this law will eliminate a 10-year statute of limitations for prosecuting criminal sexual assault, aggravated criminal sexual assault, and aggravated criminal sexual abuse. Now, R. Kelly is charged with all these things. So there's no statute of limitations for these crimes he is accused of. Now, advocates say that this new law is a step forward for both survivors of sex crimes as well as public safety. Now, the vice president of public policy at the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, also known as RAINN, says that, and I quote, when states abolish their statute of limitations, what they're doing basically is opening up the doors of justice and signaling to survivors that it's safe for them to come forward. RAINN is the country's largest anti-sexual assault nonprofit in the United States. The organization offers resources for survivors of sexual assault as well as their loved ones. And again, the number for RAINN's national hotline is 800-656-4673. Now, the organization's website, you can call the number and you are routed to an affiliate organization based on the first 6 digits of the phone number you're calling from. So they'll reroute you to the proper people you need to get in touch with in your state. Now, cell phone callers, when you're calling from your cell phone, you will even have the option to enter your zip code of your current location, okay, to find the nearest sexual assault service provider near you. Okay. In Illinois, they also have family resources primarily that serves Rock Island County, but also parts of Henry and Mercer County. Okay. Now, the woman, Emily Gordon, who's the director of the Family Resources for Survivor Services in Illinois, says that, and I quote, "We work with survivors. We will let them come to us at any time. We can do immediate advocacy on the crisis situation, whether they report or not. And then we can do ongoing advocacy and therapy for as long as it's needed. And Ms. Gordon says that the new law will give survivors of these crimes the opportunity to come forward when they are ready to do so, with no time limit. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second, guys. My daughter, give me a moment, okay? Sorry about that, guys. I had to attend to my daughter real quick. Okay. All right. So that's what happened with Illinois and how they removed the statute of limitations for sex crimes. Let me share my screen with you guys and see if we can check out this video. A second.
Dwight Guido has spies at every level of government. This plane is posing as a commercial airliner so we can jump into France undetected. Guido's meeting Clark at the VIP lounge at midnight. No one would be admitted without a pre-issued electronic ID badge. Required the unique RFID badge allowing us to locate it.
All right, see if you guys can hear this.
Then what?
Oh. Nope. Oh, no. Wait. Oh, sorry, guys. How do I?
After I borrow his face, you walk out the front door and hand him his phone's extraction.
Smaller.
That's how this is about. Sure it is. I know you don't want me on this.
First at 6 tonight, with this new year, Illinois is now the 8th state to abolish all statutes of limitations for felony-level sex crimes. I'm David Nelson.
And I'm Paula Sands. TV6's Courtney Spinelli has been following this new law since it was first signed by Governor Pritzker last July. And local advocates, Courtney, say this is a step forward.
They do. And now I spoke with Family Resources, who has programs in Iowa and Illinois. They work closely with survivors of violent crimes, including sex crimes. And they tell me this absolutely is a step forward for survivors and for public safety. In 2017, Illinois took its first steps towards removing time limits related to sex crimes. That year, it eliminated how much time the law allowed to prosecute sex crimes against people under 18. Now, as only the 8th state in the country to do so, Illinois completely removed all time limits for prosecuting sex crimes, regardless of the victim's age. Their Survivor Services Director for Family Resources tells us this is important for these survivors of sex crimes to know they have the ability to seek justice and report what happened at any point if they choose.
We always just kind of meet survivors where they are, so they get to make those choices about what they want to report and when they want to report and if they want to report. We really just start from a place of believing people and supporting them and letting them know how sorry we are that this happened and letting them know that it's not their fault, because those are usually the biggest things is that survivors need to be heard, they need to be believed, and they need to know that it's not their fault.
If you feel as though you've been wronged, you should go and at least talk to the prosecutor. Have someone hear your voice. Also talk to a counselor or someone else to make sure that this is going to help you.
Now, Family Resources works with agencies across the state. They're part of the Illinois Coalition Against Sexual Assault, and they lobbied to make this change happen. The organization has 2 free 24-hour staffed crisis hotlines for people who want to speak with someone. Those numbers are on the bottom of your screen, and we'll have them up on our TV6 website and news app.
All right, Courtney, thanks. Now, advocates from national and local organizations tell us they hope more states will follow in this, eliminating statutes of limitations for prosecuting sex crimes.
Are you worried about what's at stake for our nation? You're not alone. Washington Examiner's Restoring America is a new media platform.
My legs were painful and they were cramping.
Tired, had no energy.
I was not walking.
Sex assault and abuse survivors in Illinois will no longer have a time limit on when to report the crime. TV6's Courtney Spinelli spoke with local and national survivor advocacy groups and joins us now with more. Courtney.
Good evening, Sharon. And on Friday, Illinois became the 8th state to abolish their statute of limitations on sex crimes. Governor J.B. Pritzker signed this law, which will go into effect on January 1st, 2020. This bill will remove the 10-year limit on pressing charges in felony cases of sexual assault and sexual abuse. According to the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, also known as RAINN, every 92 seconds, an American is sexually assaulted, and a mere 5 of every 1,000 perpetrators end up in prison. A spokesperson for RAINN tells me their hotline serves 26,000 people affected by these crimes each month. The hope with abolishing that statutes is that people who may be traumatized, overwhelmed, or even unaware they were involved in a sex crime will have the opportunity to come forward and press charges when they are ready, without a limit on when they can do so.
So we see a great deal of people who never see any justice, and having more opportunity to seek justice is a huge piece of that.
When states abolish or eliminate their criminal statute of limitations, what they're doing basically is opening up the doors of justice and signaling to survivors that it's safe for them to come forward.
And also worth mentioning, Iowa has a 15-year limitation for sexual abuse in the first, second, and third degree, and a 3-year statute for assault with intent to commit sexual abuse. Advocates told me they hope more states like Iowa will follow Illinois' lead. Back to you.
All right, coming up tonight at 6, Courtney will have a report on the programs locally and nationwide that offer assistance to survivors of these crimes.
All right. Damn it. All right. So, I'm sorry. I got my microphone was away from me. You guys hear me now? So now I found this article here. Well, it's not really so much an article, but it's from an attorney's office, you know. And they're speaking about statute of limitations. And this was presented in June 10th of 2019. Now it states that Illinois' criminal statute of limitations, every state imposes time limits or statute of limitations on a person's ability to file criminal charges. So if a certain amount of time has passed since the criminal offense, the person charged with the crime can move to have the case dismissed ultimately, right? Now that's what R. Kelly's lawyer, Bonjean, is trying to do. She's trying to say that the statute of limitation was up for it. And that because they changed it before R. Kelly was charged, and that statute can't apply to his charges because the incidence of the crime happened before the change. That's her argument, right? And the language that they used. So by requiring that a criminal suit take place within a few years of an alleged crime. So the statute of limitations ensures that eyewitness accounts and physical evidence are as reliable as they can be. So they're trying to say, like she said, Ms. Bonjean said, that because these crimes happened so long ago, how can someone possibly remember what happened? That's dumb. You're not going to remember every moment, second, word for word, things that happened. But for a person who was sexually assaulted, you live with this trauma. So you still have it in the back of your mind, the incident that happened to you. That's something you never forget unless you choose to block it out. Some people actually have the power to block things out, to where if 20 years later somebody said to you, oh, remember that time you told me that you were assaulted by so-and-so, and guess what, I saw him in the street the other day. All of a sudden you get triggered. Holy shit, oh my God, I totally forgot that even happened to me. And now all of a sudden you're having nightmares, you're thinking about it, night sweats, you're crying, you don't know what to do, you might get into a depression. Then you might want to go out and speak to someone. You might want to just press charges. And here it is 20 years later. But you feel that it's time for you to come out. This is bothering you again. Now, time limits for charges. For the majority of felonies, the Illinois criminal statute of limitations is 3 years. Now, for misdemeanors in Illinois, the statute of limitations is 18 months. Now, certain serious crimes, however, are exempt from the statute of limitations entirely. Now, exempt crimes. According to Article 3 of the Illinois Criminal Code, the following crimes are exempt from the statute of limitations. Now, this means they can be tried at any time, even decades after the crime occurred. And they are first-degree murder, attempt to commit first-degree murder, second-degree murder, involuntary manslaughter, reckless homicide, leaving the scene of a car accident involving death or personal injuries, failing to render aid and or provide information according to the Illinois Vehicle Code, concealment of homicidal death, treason, arson, aggravated arson, forgery, child pornography, and aggravated child pornography. What is Bonjean talking about? Because there is no statute of limitations on child pornography at all. Ever. There's no limitations. And this was said in June 10th of 2019. Also, sexual assault and abuse against children. Now, sexual offenses where any of the following apply. The offender's DNA is entered into the DNA base within 10 years of the offense. Let me see here. 2003, Lanita Carter came forward with what happened to her. She brought over the t-shirt or whatever it was that she had that had DNA on it, right? Geronda Pace, 2009, 2010, 2017, they still had the shirt that had R. Kelly's semen on it. And it matched. And they put his DNA in the system. So now his DNA is officially in the system. And the match was 11 decillion points. That it was his sperm on her shirt. We'll find out about Lanita Carter in the state trial. And it says that the victim reports the offense to police within 3 years of the offense. The victim is murdered during the offense or dies within 2 years after the offense. Now, exceptions to the statute of limitations. The Illinois Criminal Code also permits several exceptions to the statute of limitations. For example, in certain cases, the statute of limitations to file a criminal lawsuit can be extended. So the statute of limitations does not run in the following situations. If the offender leaves the state of Illinois, some people think that they can flee the jurisdiction and avoid criminal charges by waiting out the clock. However, this is not the case, and the statute of limitations will resume upon their return to Illinois. So, another thing is if a material witness is on active military duty or on military leave, if the accused is currently facing prosecution for a second instance of the same crime, if the defendant is a public officer and charged with theft of public funds. Also, if someone is threatened with violence to obtain information or a confession and is then incarcerated as a result, while sexual assault evidence is being analyzed by state police. Finally, if the offense consists of a series of crimes committed over time, the statute of limitations begins when the last crime in the series was committed. Certain crimes also carry a longer or shorter statute of limitations than the standard. They include crimes involving $5,000 or more, 5 years, hazard waste violations, 5 years, theft of property over $100,000 is 7 years, financial exploitation of elderly and disabled 7 years, and identity theft 7 years. This list is by no means exhaustive. You should speak to an experienced attorney to confirm the statute of limitations of your specific situation. Now, minors, the disabled, and the statute of limitations on those things. When a crime involves a minor or legally disabled person in Illinois, when a crime involves a minor or legally disabled person in Illinois, the statute of limitations may be extended depending on the crime. Now, in case of misdemeanor criminal sexual abuse of a minor, the statute of limitation expires 10 years after the minor turns 18. Now, in case of child prostitution, exploitation, or pornography, the statute of limitation expires at least 1 year after the minor turns 18, but no sooner than 3 years after the offense. Now, you see all of this right here? This is exactly what Bonjean is talking about. Okay? But this law is no longer. This is no longer. There's no more statute of limitations at all for the person's lifetime. Now, in cases of criminal sexual assault, aggravated criminal sexual assault, predatory criminal sexual assault of a child, aggravated criminal sexual abuse, or felony criminal sexual abuse, where the victim is a minor, there is no statute of limitations. Period. So I don't understand what Bonjean, where she's going with this. I don't. Now this, now this is also from another lawyer's site, and it explains Cook County attorney explains statute of limitations on sex abuse injury cases in Illinois. So now when crafting legislation regarding the statute of limitations to assert either criminal or civil lawsuits for particular offenses, most legislative bodies will evaluate a number of factors, including the nature of the offense or conduct involved. So, whether or not there are issues of fraud or deceit and the overall seriousness of the crime involved, when it comes to the crimes of civil liability involving conduct related to sexual abuse, legislators will attempt to expand the applicable statute of limitations to provide the most flexible, broad, and generous form of legal relief possible. Now, statute of limitations for civil and criminal abuse claims. In fact, recognizing that many victims in sexual abuse cases are not able, from a mental or psychological perspective, to come forward until later on in life, and respecting the immense courage and challenges in this regard. Now, the legislator of Illinois, along with the governor in 2013, signed into law the removal of all relevant applicable statute of limitations with respect to sexual abuse cases. Now, the governor in 2013 changed this for civil and criminal abuse claims. It was signed into law, the removal of all relevant applicable statute of limitations with respect to sexual abuse cases. And this was in 2013. Now, this includes not only statutes of limitations related to asserting criminal charges against an alleged sexual abuser by a victim, but also civil liability claims against such perpetrators. So prior to the passage of this new law, the statute of limitations was 20 years to assert either criminal or civil claims against an alleged sexual abuse perpetrator. Now, the removal of such statutes of limitations represents a clear victory for sexual assault and abuse victims and their advocates, who have for years been attempting to articulate that such cases are unique and distinct. Now, such adverse conduct may occur when the victim was a minor and may not at the time fully understand the circumstances of his or her abuse, and as such, not be able to discern, recall, or actually remember the specific details of such abuse until later on in life. And I explained that. I just went through all of that with you guys, and that's a true factor. From a personal civil liability perspective, this means that victims of alleged sexual abuse do not have to worry if and when to assert a civil lawsuit against their perpetrators, but rather can do so at a point in time when they are personally able and ready to do so. Unlike other legal claims, the applicable and relevant statute of limitations begins to run at the time such legal injury or harm occurs, and lapses at the end of the statutory period. So, wherein if a particular plaintiff fails to assert such lawsuit in such relevant period of time, then the plaintiff loses all legal claims against the defendant. Now, Chicago, okay, that's it. That was it. Okay. I forgot which one this was. Okay. I forgot which ones they were exactly. Let me see what you guys are out there saying. Thank you, 100. I'm trying as best as I can, honey. I'm trying, baby. I'm trying. All right, let's see what you guys are talking about here. Are you guys messing around in the chat? Sharice, what's this link you put up, baby? Is that Classy J's channel you put up there, mama? Y'all up here cutting up in the chat. Oh, man, y'all are terrible. I love you guys. Well, hello to everyone who walked in the building. Rockin', Mertice, Les Smith, what's up, baby? You know what? Kayla, what's up, my love? Take our Kelly. What's up, baby? Too Strong Warrior. What's up, my baby Karen J? Pita Pita, what's up, Mamita? This 504, what's up, baby? Let's see who else is in the building. Love is fair. What's up, baby boy? Boston, I'm in love with love. What's up, my lady again? Mertice, Sharice, James. You being a bad boy in the chat? Sure, baby. What's up, mamita? Honey, what's up, honey bunny? Jackie, what's up, mama otra vez? Missy, hi, baby. Aisha, what's up, my love? All right, guys. So, now, you're welcome, mama. You're welcome. You're welcome. Matter of fact, let me give you a wrench. You've been over here long enough. You deserve a wrench, mama. All right, Les Smith. Sugar Brown, let me give you your wrench back. You had a wrench before, pero I went through some drama and I took everybody's wrenches back, and I haven't seen you in a minute, so you got your wrench back, babe. You've been one of my day ones. Like, you've been here since I started the channel, girl. So, all right, now, thank you, Boston, my love. Let me, what was it again? What was the statute again? Hold on, let me, go through this file real quick. I don't remember if it was in here or I saw it somewhere else. Oh my goodness. See, now in here, she's citing about an amended statute in 2006 to its current version, which provides a limitations period for the life of the victim. So I'm confused as to what she's trying to do here. I don't. Now she's talking about a language that is retroactive. I'm kind of like confused as to all of that because I was trying to read it and understand the whole thing about it, but I'm confused. So I really need Miss Esquire because I don't get that lingo. Hi, my mom. And this ex post facto clause thing, it's reads like I'm lost, okay? Oh, even better. Yes. Here go his cup. Better. Right? It's gonna be here tomorrow. I'll see you in a little bit because I'm gonna go down and okay. I'm gonna be done with this live in a couple minutes. Okay. Be here tomorrow. Oh yes. Oh. I couldn't find the other one. I don't know where the hell it was. So I said, you know what? I'm going. Love you, Mom. I'll see you in a bit. My mom came up to visit me to show me what she got for my husband's birthday. His birthday's in June. So, as I said, this ex post facto clause, I was trying to read it and it's like, I don't know, guys, I can't understand it. So, like I said, we're going to go over, I'm going to end this live here. All right. I'm going to reschedule another live with Miss Esquire and, hopefully she can come back and explain this ex post facto thing and the whole language interpretation and this retroactive statute stuff. And, some of these things I don't understand. I tried to kind of read and comprehend it, but it's a lot of jargon that I just like, ooh, made my head spin, girl. Made my head spin, okay? But I gotta get I gotta go through my script application so I can see if I can find some law books because they have some stuff in there. So I can kind of maybe read that stuff and maybe I can understand it better, from that alone. So, yes, thank you for using the emojis, guys. Yes. Boston, I love you too, Mama. So, I don't know what Bonjean is trying to do. I know she's trying to do her best, with whatever she can, however she can do it. But in all honesty, I don't see this going anywhere. The laws have changed. And I think that it doesn't matter, as they said, it doesn't matter when the crime happened, how long ago it happened. The statute of limitations is done. It has been abolished. So it doesn't matter. It should be applicable to any case, no matter when it happened, according to the statute that they have put in place in law now. And you're very welcome, guys, for bringing you information. Yeah, she thinks lightning will strike. Lightning will strike twice. Bon jeans. I tell you, Bon. I don't know. I don't know, Bon. I gotta respect your gangster. You're trying it. But the government is keeping their foot on R. Kelly's neck. Hey, Purple, what's up, sis? Like, you commit the crime, you gotta do the time. And guys, Friday is gonna be off the hook, guys. Friday is gonna be off the hook. I hope you guys come back Friday so you can hang out with me at 8 o'clock because I got a special guest coming on. I got 2 special guests coming on. And that should be a great show for you guys. So, yes. Guys, also, if you are not part of my members only, please join. If you would like to check out exclusive content that I put on my members only, it's only $1.99 a month. It's not going to make you or break you. It's just to support the channel, and you guys get to put these cool emojis in the chat. I personalize the emojis, and you guys get these cool badges as well. As you can see, the badges are by people's names. And month to month, or every other 3 months or 2 months, something like that, they change. As you go up in tier, the longer you're a member, your badges will change. Okay? Yeah. When you in the chat line here, Boston or anyone, you see that it has on the left side, it has the smiley face where you could chat. And then on the right side, it has the $sign. Hit the $sign, and it should say as the third option, membership. You hit that, and you can join from there. Okay? If not, for those on the replay, you can always just hit the word that says join, highlighted in blue, next to my name or under my name or next to the subscription. That's how you'll find it there as well. All right, guys? So I'm going to end this live. And tomorrow I'm going to come back and do the special for the survivors of sexual assault. And I'm going to, in honor of our girl, Classy J, I'm going to share a little bit of her video for Mental Health Awareness Month. Okay? So, guys, please make sure, don't forget, all right, before you guys leave me now, if you would like to hit Diva off, I got a Cash App. It's right under my name. It's $sign Diva Divine Light. It is spelled exactly the way you see it on the screen. And if you have PayPal, you can hit me off on PayPal. It's PayPal me, Diva Divine Light. It's spelled exactly the same way you see it on the screen here. As well as Zelle. If you want to Zelle me and you don't have Cash App or PayPal, you can Zelle me at 347-664-9253. And if you guys would like to hit the super chat, you can do that as well. Thank you, Boston, for becoming a member. Yes, girl, yes. Now you could go check out all the videos I've done so far. They're private, but you could go into my channel and it'll have a section there for members only videos, and you can see the stuff that I've done in there so far. So good luck catching up on that, girl. I haven't done a lot there, but I have done some things. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for always supporting me and keeping my channel running. Like I said, every little donation that you guys send to me helps me to keep the channel going. It pays for my internet service. It pays for my Pacer. It pays for the StreamYard. It pays for my subscriptions to certain channels, as far as like where I go to investigate for certain movies and things like that. that I could bring you guys back information, as well as newspapers where I have to pay for subscriptions, like the Chicago Times and the Tribune and the New York Daily News and things like that, So you guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys when you donate to me. It helps me out a lot. All right. Thank you guys. And please don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. All right, y'all? Hit that like button. Don't forget it, Diva, and hit the like button. Hit the like button, please. And if you are not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Put the notification on all, okay? So you can see everything that comes out when I upload it. All right? Thank you very much, guys. And for those that are on the replay, please leave your comments in the comments section of the video. Please make sure your comments are respectful so they won't get deleted. And as I said, guys, you can join my membership for the Badass Divas crew. It's $1.99. That's the tier that I started with. I have other tiers as well. It's up to you which one you want to join. Okay? So, guys, I love y'all. Peace.